Hi everyone, we have had a lot of announcements over the past week and a good jillion game reveals. This video definitely has a lot going on, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Cordura is a co-op psychological horror game where up to 4 players enter a Victorian mansion to retrieve the roses of the night before time runs out and the house seals them inside. But it wouldn't be a psychological horror without some spookiness, and as your sanity fades, the night actually begins to mimic your companions, using not just their voice, but also their bodies to trick you. This game gets more and more tense because it features additional extractions with procedural layouts, permadeath, and unpredictable encounters that turn each playthrough into a truly hellish event. It is coming soon to PC and PlayStation 5. This wasn't announced at the spring showcase, but a new trailer for this game did drop. In Stupid Never Dies, you play as Davy, a lowly zombie who, importantly, is incredibly weak and not a fighter. But true love is the greatest power that someone can have, obviously, so Davy will fight through hordes of monsters in this dungeon crawler action RPG in order to save Julia, the woman he fell in love with at first sight. It's basically non-stop action, monster hordes, and upgrade systems to get Davy to the finish line. This one is also coming to PC and PlayStation 5. The original version of The Seventh Guest came out in 1993, and a remake of this beloved cult classic is on the way. The original was an interactive movie puzzle adventure, and the remake looks to follow the same format. You'll have to solve logic puzzles and watch live-action clips that further the story. It is a horror mystery as well, unfolding before you. Why were you called to this mansion in the first place? Who exactly is the seventh guest? No other information quite yet, other than this one is just coming soon. Described as a love letter to classic first-person shooter stealth sims like Thief, Deus Ex, and System Shock, Project Shadowglass is a new dark fantasy game coming to Steam. And I mean, look at these graphics. The pixel art here looks so nice. You play as a struggling thief mysteriously tasked by an anonymous source to acquire ancient artifacts hidden across the realm. It features a day and night cycle and, importantly, lasting consequences. If you're not careful, anything could always lead back to you. I am very excited about a new LEGO game because I just think the LEGO games are always so much fun. The new LEGO Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight is coming out soon, and as the title suggests, it is really a tribute to the Caped Crusader's legacy across all of his media adventures. The story is a brand new one that ties in elements from all Batman-related media, from movies to comics to other video games. You can control 7 different playable characters, and there is a multiplayer mode as well. They actually just moved up their release date. It's now coming out on May 22nd, 2026. Another old classic is getting restored for its 40th anniversary. Defenders of the Crown originally came out in 1986 and was very highly praised at the time. It has definitely cemented its status as a legendary medieval strategy game. The remaster aims to preserve the classic experience while also updating it for the modern era, complete with new features and mechanics to enjoy. An incredibly cute new cozy adventure game is right around the corner. I loved the demo I played for Adorable Adventures. In this game, you play as Boris, a curious baby boar who must learn how to use his nose to reunite with his family after a forest fire has separated them. The game also features adaptive storytelling, allowing you to take your time exploring and simply enjoy investigating the world around you. This one's coming out on April 30th, 2026. Another great example of gorgeous art in video games, CALX is a new puzzle action platformer coming out on June 4th. It is a pretty cool looking atmospheric adventure that takes you through both calm and chaotic moments as you travel across the planet Syro. The game is described as being contemplative, but with meaningful combat. There's a demo available on Steam, and after playing it, I very much recommend you check it out. I absolutely loved it. I feel like I don't play enough PvE games, and I am working hard to fix that. And I think I'll have good luck convincing people to play Blight Survival with me. It looks incredible. It's an upcoming medieval action horror game where you can team up with up to 3 people to battle for survival against both monsters and men. With mechanics that are inspired by roguelites and extraction games, you'll be teaming up to try and get rid of the blight that is plaguing the world. No announcement date yet, but I have got it wishlisted and I've signed up for playtests. Imagine maps of like Halo's big team battle scale, but with Power Wash Simulator vibes, and you've got Clean Up Earth. You're working to restore the world, cleaning up waste, recycling, and rebuilding ecosystems, while also uncovering a story, ancient artifacts, and fun secrets. You play with up to 8 friends, or you can join massive community maps that can house over 25 players. What I love about that is you can choose real-world organizations to represent, and during those big team cleanups, you'll be helping to trigger actual micro-donations to those causes with no extra spending on your part. It's just a very cool way to contribute to restoration and conservation with a big community. There's a demo available now, but this one comes out on April 2nd. This is another game that was previously announced, but then it got delayed. Supermassive Games dropped a new trailer for Directive 8020, their latest entry in the Dark Pictures anthology universe, and showed off the return of their movie night mode, which is essentially like their couch co-op. You can pass around a controller to play as your selected character in each of the game's sequences. This is a sci-fi horror story where a stranded spaceship crew is hunted by an alien that can mimic their prey. I actually recently watched The Thing for the very first time, so I am 100% on board, very excited for this story, which is set to come out on May 12th, 2026. If you've been looking for an excuse to hear Jennifer English in another video game, 1348 Ex Voto actually just released. It's a third-person action-adventure game where you are on a journey through 14th century medieval Italy, where things were obviously not that great since the Black Death was running rampant during that time. You play as Aida, a young knight-errant who sets off on a brutal quest to find and save her companion, Bianca. It is out now on PlayStation 5 and PC. From the same developers that made Sunderfolk, Shadowstone is an upcoming tactical roguelite for up to 4 players, or if you choose, you can actually command each hero playing solo. You'll need to use strategic plays by focusing on smart positioning and careful handling of abilities and, of course, the elements around you. It is set to release sometime this year, but you can sign up for the playtest now. I remember coming across this game very briefly, and I have been waiting for updates since. A new trailer for Silver Pines dropped, showing off some more gameplay. This is a survival horror Metroidvania that is set in a small American town. You start off arriving in Silver Pines looking for a missing musician, but of course, the town has its own secrets and dark history. You'll need to fight, solve puzzles, and manage resources carefully if you want to be able to make it to the other side. Another game I've been looking forward to, developers Friday Sunday actually dropped a live musical performance for their upcoming game during the spring showcase. There Are No Ghosts at the Grand is a supernatural, mysterious renovation/mystery game where you're restoring an old English manor by day and battling ghosts at night. And yes, it is a musical mystery as well. Currently set to release this year, there is also a demo available now. A world premiere trailer showed off ReVamp, a new tower defense game that is made by the same people who brought us Moonlighter. You'll play as Dracula, building and shaping each room of your fortress, commanding your monster army, or maybe joining the battle yourself as you fight against the hordes of mortal men that just want to see you dead. This one is expected to release this year as well. Hello Sunshine looks absolutely perfect to me. This is an upcoming mystery survival game set in the ruins of a corporate empire. Your companion is a giant robot that will shade you during the day and provide warmth at night. Your mission is to reach the end of the road and help decide the fate of whatever remains in the world. No big deal at all. It looks great and I'm really excited to see more of this one soon, but I am trying to prepare myself for the Iron Giant levels of sadness. I don't know what is going on lately, but I am seeing lots of references to lighthouse keepers popping up in my life just randomly, so I'm taking it as some sort of sign. In Will, Follow the Light, you play as Will, a lighthouse keeper who must travel across the frozen north in order to save his son. It's a first-person narrative puzzle adventure, which we all know is like the perfect combination of things for me, and it looks to be quite a cinematic story and possibly a little emotional as well. I think it's going to be really introspective in the same vein that Firewatch is, and I really enjoyed that, so I am looking forward to facing whatever truths come out that we must face during Will's perilous journey. It's coming out on April 28th. If you're someone like me who really admires the van life but can't fully commit to it in real life, Outbound is here for you. You can play with up to 4 players, and it is a cozy exploration and sustainability game. You'll get to explore, of course, design your perfect van, build different camps, and use natural resources to fuel your lifestyle. There's a demo available now, which I did really enjoy, but the full launch is happening on April 23rd, 2026. Don't Nod has an incredible looking sci-fi adventure coming in April. In Aphelion, you play as both Ariane and Thomas after your ship has crash landed on the planet Persephone. The crash scatters everything, including the two of you, across the planet, and now you have to fight to survive the unknown and make it back to each other. Of course, they're not alone on this planet. Something hostile is hunting you, and you have to be smart and stealthy to survive. Your respective journeys will take you across the planet as you learn the secrets of Persephone and what caused the sudden crash, and of course, above all odds, finish the mission. This one's coming out on April 28th. At the Spring Showcase, we got another look at Quite a Ride, which is an upcoming survival psychological horror game. You're trapped in a constantly shifting world with only one thing to do: stay on your bike and keep pedaling. The blind spot has secrets, anomalies, and pockets of just untold weirdness, and you'll have to work to avoid things that live in the fog, conserve your phone battery, and decode cryptic messages if you want to hopefully find the source of this unnatural fog and maybe restore the forest in the process. There's no release date yet, but we did get a promise to hear more about this game this year. Ritual Tides is an upcoming psychological horror game that is, maybe unsurprisingly, a Lovecraftian horror based on the name. It's a first-person, narrative-driven horror set on a tiny, isolated island where you'll need to fight to survive both Lovecraftian spookiness and a cult. An island in a horror game? Of course there's a cult. It looks incredibly creepy. I both love and hate the design of some of these things, and the atmosphere is very well designed, obviously tense, very scary. There's no release date, but hopefully we'll hear more soon. Every time I see this game, I just think it looks so cool. Liquid Swords' new game, Samson, is an upcoming open-world action-adventure set in a gritty 90s-inspired city, and you play as a somewhat desperate ex-con forced to take on increasingly risky missions in order to pay back your debt and protect your younger sister. There's tons of brutal combat, both melee combat and car combat with high-speed chases, and you can, of course, use the environment to your advantage in either scenario. It's coming out soon. It's coming out on April 8th. If you watched Delicious in Dungeon and were like, wow, I wish that was me, my friend, I have good news for you. Deep Dish Dungeon is an upcoming survival exploration game where you navigate through a dungeon filled with puzzles and secrets, Metroidvania style. You'll have to forage and scavenge to survive, either by yourself or with 2 additional friends, as you work to unravel the mysteries that fill the dungeon. You'll get to build traps and other items to help you both in exploration and combat. It looks to be one of those games that really reward exploration and curiosity, which I think is just always encouraging as someone who personally loves to explore in video games. There's no release date yet, but you can play the demo now. I just love the way this game looks. The art style and the colors are just so nice, and they look awesome through the combat portions as well. The Ninth Dragon is an upcoming side-scroller beat-em-up game set in the 1980s in the criminal underworld of Kowloon City. You play as Rookie, sent into the city as part of an elite police squad. It is a narrative-driven action game that features choices and branching paths that will shape your story. It's got tactical combat, secrets, hidden lore, and lots of enemies to fill your 10-ish hour runtime. This was just announced, so no release date yet, but make sure to follow along for updates. Alright, that is 25 games that were announced during the Future Games Show's Spring Showcase. There are a lot that were announced, more than I included here, and I didn't even get to what was announced afterwards at Future Games Show Live. I am very excited for the upcoming year in gaming. There looks to be a ton of creativity, amazing stories, and importantly, a lot of fun that will be coming out this year. Let me know what you're all looking forward to. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next video.